It's over. Hun Sen's empire, built on blood and lies, is about to collapse. Recently, Cambodia's largest bank, Prince Bank, collapsed. The deposits of ordinary citizens were instantly wiped out. This is the final straw that has led long-oppressed Cambodians to rise up and demand justice. In this clip, Santi will tell you how the end of the tyrannical clan that once challenged Thailand has truly come. Want to be rich but don't like risk? Living in the countryside, not knowing how to make money. What investments can you make in the countryside? This course will tell you. Personally, I'm skilled at buying at low prices and adding value. This is suitable for 4 types of people. The first is people with good credit, working regularly, and building credit well, but not knowing how to do it. How do you get this power? And the test is, people who already have a business and a good income, but sometimes you don't build credit or build it, which causes you to borrow less than you should. 3. This means people who already have money but want to find an investment that will keep you up at night, or people who have business ideas to add to real estate to increase its value. This is a full course that you can invest in immediately after completing. And finally, this course guarantees satisfaction. If you're not satisfied and don't benefit from the course, you can get a full refund, 100%. I put a lot of effort into creating and designing it, and I'm confident that it will meet the needs of all friends who want to invest in real estate without being risky. If anyone is interested, you can add me online at @KimPropertyLive. See you all at the seminar. Thank you. Hello, welcome to the Property Expert Life channel where we'll talk about real estate. If you love real estate, let's be friends. Meet me, Santi, a new employee at Kim Property and a subordinate of Professor Prung. Please take care of me. Today, I'll update you on the hottest situation in our neighboring country. After we talked in previous episodes about how storms were raging in Cambodia from all directions, today the biggest storm has hit the center of Phnom Penh. Dear friends, in the past, the suffering may seem far away for some Cambodians. The overall economic problems, inflation, and unemployment are already serious enough, but most people are still gritting their teeth and fighting. But when the bank closes their life savings, the money they earned with their blood, sweat, and tears vanished before their very eyes. Wow, this is a completely different story. It was a blatant robbery. It was the destruction of their last hope. And this wasn't some chicken bank. It was Prince BK, a subsidiary of Prince Holding Group, a massive conglomerate that everyone in Cambodia knows is the lifeblood of the puppet regime. Because the bank, a symbol of financial stability within the regime, collapsed like this, all confidence was shattered. The once silent people now have nothing left to lose. So what made the seemingly strong fortress of Prince Group collapse? Let me tell you a scene. It was a massive, international purge that came together to check the family's account. At the same time, the beginning of this end came when the US Department of Justice and the UK government simultaneously announced that the Prince Group was no longer a business group but had been blacklisted as a transnational criminal organization. Wow, that's a strong word. It was an announcement to the world that this was a world-class mafia gang. The US government has stated that Mr. Chen Ji, the chairman of Prince Group, is the mastermind behind one of the largest investment fraud operations in history. They didn't just do grey business, they did something even worse. They created hell camps throughout Cambodia, kidnapping people and forcing them to work as scammers, defrauding people around the world, especially Americans, resulting in losses of tens of billions of dollars. Once the announcement was made, they didn't say much. They seized all assets linked to this network. The United States and the United Kingdom coordinated to seize all assets linked to this network, totaling 146 individuals and companies. The most shocking event was the seizure of over 127,000 bitcoins used for money laundering, totaling over $15 billion US. This is the largest asset seizure in the history of the U.S. Department of Justice. Listeners, imagine the money that the Hun family and their associates used to live a luxurious life, buying yachts, private jets, a £12 million mansion in central London, or even buying a Picasso painting. All that dirty money has been seized today. This isn't just an asset seizure. This is a destruction of the rice pot, the lifeblood that has sustained your regime. When a lifeblood is cut off, organs like Prince B's die immediately. The people who deposited their money became the victims and suffered the full consequences. If the dirty money issue made us angry, what South Korea exposed saddened us and showed us the brutality and inhumanity of this regime. South Korea is now very serious because thousands of its people have been tricked into being trapped in these hellish camps. They even sent a special task force to fly directly to negotiate with Mr. Maines. What the Korean victims who escaped told the media was brutal beyond our imagination. They said that inside it is hell on earth. People die every day. Seriously, one person dies every day. Anyone who doesn't meet their goals and refuses to trick others is tortured and sold to other gangs as if they are not human. There are brutal punishments such as cutting off fingers and gouging out eyes. There was a witness who saw a Chinese man try to escape but was caught and beaten to death. In front of others, to slaughter chickens to scare monkeys, these stories, once exposed, completely destroyed Cambodia's image in the eyes of the international community. It was no longer a pitiful country, but a state that provided shelter to a global criminal organization that profited from the lives and deaths of its people. This was a reinforcing of the fact that what America and England did was absolutely correct. Fire from outside was mixing with the fuel that was already smoldering inside. The suffering of the Cambodian people has reached its peak, especially after Thailand had to close its border checkpoints for security reasons. The once bustling border economy was immediately destroyed. Trade lost tens of billions of baht per month. Consumer goods that we once relied on from Thailand were in short supply, prices skyrocketed, and the agricultural sector collapsed because we couldn't export them. But the most painful thing is the fate of millions of Cambodian workers. Do you remember when Hun Sen used to stir up nationalism and incite hatred of Thailand, telling workers to return home, saying that our country is better? What happened? They returned unemployed, starving, and in debt. His own NGO even admitted that nearly 400,000 workers returning from Thailand immediately lost their jobs, becoming an army of unemployed, starving, and hopeless. Now, the voice of truth is starting to be heard louder on Cambodian social media. Some influencers who used to be quiet because of fear are now daring to speak up and question the puppet family. I'll try to give an example of a comment that Cambodians wrote. The puppet family tricked us. They told us to return home to love our country, but when we came back, we had nothing to eat. Thailand is the one that has always provided us with food and water. The money in Prince Bank is all my parents have now. If it's gone, what will we eat? Who will take responsibility? I've seen the news about big shots taking our money to buy jet planes and expensive images, and now we have to sift through the trash to find food. Is this fair? The feeling of being betrayed, being tricked by our own leader into hating our benefactor, Thailand, and then finally being left to face our fate alone. This kind of feeling is the most dangerous for a ruler. A dictatorship can survive if it needs a well-maintained army to support it. But now, even the loyalty of the army is starting to waver. In the past, there was history that Cambodian soldiers protested because they weren't getting their salaries. In a situation where the country's economy is about to go bankrupt, what do you think will happen? There are loud rumors about soldiers' salaries being cut. Lower-ranking soldiers who were sent to risk their lives for nothing at the border were tricked and used. Fighting with Thailand, a stronger neighbor, without revealing the death toll, without honoring the heroes' corpses like the Thai soldiers. Now they've returned to see their families starving. Peace of mind can't be bought with lies. When soldiers have nothing to eat, the muzzles of their guns are always ready to veer in unexpected directions. Furthermore, the Cambodian army isn't a single entity. It's a coalition of warlords from various factions and factions controlling their own forces. Their loyalty lies not with the institution but with the individuals who are their masters. This leads us to the next scene. Now, it's not just about internal conflicts. It's a game between superpowers trying to reorganize Cambodia. Analysts theorize that there's a deepening rift within the ruling party between the two major powers. The pole is the former defense minister, Tia Ban, who has held power in the military for a long time and is believed to be backed by China. The other pole is the old power pole of the Three Rays, which, despite being abroad, still has a strong base and receives support from the United States and the West. The Hun family is now at its weakest in decades and is becoming a playground for giants to intervene. Phnom Penh may be overrun with international forces in the name of cracking down on crime, but their true goal is to establish a new government that serves their interests. And finally, whether you believe it or not, the locals there talk a lot about it, the curse of King Suryavarman. According to legend, the ancient kings placed a curse on stone tablets against anyone who betrays their land and royal dynasty. The kingdom will face 7 disasters, one of which is that the cursed will slaughter and exterminate each other. They will face natural disasters and will never be defeated. The descendants of Jayawarman VII will be defeated. The locals believe that all the disasters currently befalling Cambodia, the famine, conflict, and international involvement, are the curses of their ancestors working because the Hun family has betrayed their country and committed sins against their neighbors, Thailand. That sin is now coming back to them. This story teaches us that a regime built on lies, plunder, and the oppression of its own people is like a sand castle. When hit by a wave of truth, no matter how big it seems, it will eventually collapse. The Hun family's end does not come from anyone, but from all the evil. They have done this to themselves, and we can only hope that our innocent Cambodian brothers and sisters who have long been victims of this regime will overcome this terrible time and rebuild their nation on the foundation of truth and justice. A fun, short story. 1. America and Britain smashed the Hun family's rice pot, seizing huge assets, causing Prince B to collapse, and people unable to withdraw money was the last straw. 2. South Korea exposed the brutality of the call center gang, showing the world the true nature of this regime, that it is a den of criminals. 3. Closing the border with Thailand caused the economy to collapse, causing workers who were tricked into returning home by Hun Sen to become unemployed, turning into an army of starving people ready to rise up. 4. Soldiers began to become dissatisfied, being sent to die for nothing at the border, even having their salaries cut, and their loyalty began to waver severely. 5. All of this fueled the Cambodian people's patience and counted down. This is truly the end of the Hun family. Thank you to everyone who listened to the end. If you like this content, don't forget to follow. For those interested in learning about real estate investment, add me online at @KimPropertyLive. Anyone who came across this clip, take a screenshot now and send it to the admin for a special discount. Finally, I'll leave you with the words, the longer you hold, the richer you'll be. Hello, I want to be rich, but I don't like risk. I live in the provinces and don't know how to make money. What can I invest in? This course will tell you. Personally, I'm good at buying at low prices and adding value. This is suitable for 4 types of people. The first is people with good credit, who have a regular job and have built up credit and made good money, but don't know how to harness this potential. And the second is people who already have businesses and a good income, but sometimes, you don't know how to build credit, which can lead to you borrowing less than you should. This is for those who already have money but are looking for investments that will keep you up at night, or for those who have business ideas to leverage on real estate to increase its value. This is a full course that you can invest in immediately upon completion. Finally, this course guarantees satisfaction. If you're not satisfied or don't benefit from the course, you can get a full refund, 100%. I put a lot of effort into creating and designing it, and I'm confident that it will meet the needs of everyone who wants to invest in real estate without risk. If anyone is interested, you can add me online at @KimPropertyLive. See you at the seminar. Thank you.